Hey my loves, welcome back to my channel. I am Farlie Solomons, and before we begin I must tell you, you need to bear with me today looking at this pimple on my face. So today's look is really very exciting look, and it's a very simple glam look, and I'm just so excited to share this with you guys. So for the foundation I have used Dior Forever Skin Glow, and for the concealer I have used Forever Skin Correct. My shade in the foundation is 2W and my shade in the concealer is 2N. For the eyes I have used Sephora Vivid Earth palette. So let's begin. The first shade from the palette is Terra, and this goes over the crease line. Can you see me? Yes, I think you can see me. And this goes right over the crease line. Please make sure you apply an eye primer before any eye makeup. Adding more of the shade on the crease line, just buffing it up a little bit with smooth hands. Adding a little bit more. I'm concentrating on the entire crease line, and then I'm just diffusing it as much as I can and just lifting it up from the inner corner towards my eyebrows too. It basically gives a very deep socket look and it looks nice. It adds a depth to the whole makeup look. And then the next shade is Sand from this palette, and this is a very pretty yellowish shade, and this goes over the entire eyelid. Now if you want to use a concealer before applying this or any shade, you may use, but for me I just wanted to simply apply it on the bare lid, and applying a little bit more of the shade on the entire eyelid, leaving the crease line. The next shade is Fire. Fire from this palette goes on the outer corner and also a little bit over the crease line. And as you can see, I'm simply diffusing it on the outer corner and also pulling it out a little bit, and then merging it into the crease line. It's very important to diffuse the shade as soon as you apply it, because I think for me it's just important to diffuse the shade and then keep adding the shade little by little. And then the next shade is Craft from this palette, and this goes on the outer corner too. And if you have noticed, I have used a small brush to place the shade on the outer corner because I just don't want it to flare up on the outer corner. I just want it to be there, and then I'm just diffusing it on the spot, just right there on the outer corner, because it's a darker shade and I just don't want to mess up the entire look, the entire eye look by spreading the dark shade in the wrong direction. And then the next shade is Resource. I guess I'm pronouncing it right. Resource. Yes, it's Resource, and this is a very shimmery. It's not a very shimmery shade, I would say. It is a shimmery shade, and this goes on the eyelid, leaving the outer corner, and also the crease line, leaving the crease line too. It's a very simple eye look, but it's glamorous. I think it's just it looks really very beautiful when done. I think simple looks really beautiful on the eyes. And the shade Craft goes near the lash line. Basically, I've used this shade to draw a line like an eyeliner, and instead of using a dark eyeliner, I have used the shade from the palette, and as you can see, I'm just creating a line from the inner corner towards the outer corner. Basically, the inner corner is thin, the outer corner is thicker. As you can see, I'm just pulling it out a little bit to create a wing, and just diffusing it a little bit, diffusing the edges a little bit. And this is how it should look like. Like I said, simple looks good, but sometimes the technique to create a simple look also is difficult. Like, it's sometimes not understandable, but when you get it right, you know how to do it, you're all good. And for the eyelashes, I have used my very own Farlie Solomons lashes, and if you don't know, I do have a line of lashes, and the style is workaholic, and you can get this from my website, and that's www.farliesolomons.com, and this is how it should look like after the lashes are on. It's a beautiful set of lashes, I would say, and the design really goes so well with all the eye look, I would say, and it also goes well with different shapes of eyes. So if you're looking for something like this, don't forget to visit my website. And then going back with fire, and fire goes on the lower lashes, under the lower lash line, and I'm simply using a flat brush to place the shade under the lower lashes, and as you can see, it goes from the inner corner towards the outer corner and then slightly diffusing it. Make sure you don't smudge this shade too much. If you're using the same palette, you don't want a smoky kind of a look, but it's just that you want it to be more wearable. So using shades like this and using appropriate amount of shade, I would say, and appropriate amount of shade works well and is quite wearable. You don't want to darken it too much because it's just going to look so smudgy and it's going to look smoky. You don't want that. And then going back with craft, I am simply going over the lash line with this shade just to darken the lash line. That's all I'm doing with this shade. It's a pretty shade, and these two shades combined looks nice. And then you could just use any mascara that you want over the lashes. Applying a little bit more of the mascara. And if you think that the lashes look a little bit cluttered and the mascara has gone too much, all you can do is, and all you should do, I would say, is just simply pick up a clean mascara brush and roll it under the lashes, and all the excess product will be out from the lashes, and you will have a neat and clean, and your lashes will look neat and clean, I would say. I have placed few drops of the concealer under the eyes and simply dabbing it with a beauty blender. Make sure your beauty blender is damp and not wet or dry. It's important to stretch the skin under the eye as you apply the concealer so that it goes and fits in all those lines too. And then quickly placing some loose powder over the concealer. And this is how it should look like. I have also placed a little bit close to the nose so that my nose looks a little bit narrow, smaller. I do have a small nose. I want it to be more narrow, I would say. And then the loose powder, if you want to know, the one that I have used is Too Faced Translucent Face Powder, and this goes under the eyes, as I said, over the concealer. And the reason I love this loose powder is looks too good under the eyes. It's not white, it's not shimmery, it's just perfect. I think it's a little bit difficult to open this, but trying hard. And there you go. The bronzer that I have used today is Glam, my favorite bronzer, and I think this really goes really well on my face and my skin tone. And the shade is a Terracotta 03 Natural Brunette. And as you can see, I'm focusing more on the not exactly the hollows of my cheeks, but on the bone, because my cheeks are quite high and I wanted to look more sleek. So I am placing more on the cheekbone and a little bit on the hollows of my cheeks, a little bit on the jawline, and a little bit on my forehead because I have a broad forehead. So I need to place a little bit on my forehead too, and the jawline, not forgetting the jawline, a little bit on the outer part of the hollows, on the outer part of my cheeks, I would say. Actually the hollows of my cheeks, Just applying a little bit more on the other side. And I love the feeling. And this is how it should look like, not forgetting my nose. I like to contour my nose a little bit, just adding a little bit of the bronzer on my nose, just creating two lines and diffusing it is the way I like to contour my nose. Like I said, I need to diffuse it. Make sure the lines are just not so visible on the nose. And a little bit more that's required because I think it's visible. The lines are visible, so I just need to diffuse it some more. Voila. And if you want, you could add a little bit of the concealer just right there, right on the bridge of the nose. This is not really important, but I don't know, today I just felt like doing it. So you could, and then just go again with the brush and just diffuse the edges. And for the blush, I have used two. One is a cream blush and one is a powder blush. And the cream brush, we are going first with Stila. That's called Jabera. It's a lip and cheek cream blush. You could use it on the lips too, and it's quite a lot. I didn't realize this, but yes, a little bit that I have applied on my cheeks looks too much and it needed a lot of blending, so I went back with my bronzer brush, the brush that I used for my bronzer, and I just went over the blush just to diffuse it, and whoop, it's too much. It's still too much. Just to diffuse it some more, and this required a lot of hard work. And then going with Bare Minerals Peach, Vintage Peach, and this is how it should look like. It's a shimmery blush. I love it, and this just goes over the cheeks, and just like that. This is how it should look like. Adding a little bit more. Please ignore the pimple on my cheek. And then this step is not essential, but I have applied a little bit of the concealer under the blush because I just wanted the area to look more cleaner and neater. So basically the skin between the jawline and the cheeks. And then applying a little bit of the loose powder just so that the concealer doesn't move. And it also looks quite clean and sharp. Setting. Oh, by the way, that's a fan brush that I'm using, and just a little bit here and there. Just diffuse the edges. That's really important because you don't want any sharp lines to be visible on the face. And this is how it should look like. Like I said, it's a simple look. Simple is easy and simple is gorgeous. For the lips, I have used Too Faced Melted Matte in the shade My Type, and over that I have used Dior Lip Maximizer, or a lip plumper, I would say. Just acts like a gloss. So this is how it is. The shade is My Type, and it looks really beautiful over the lips. And combining both together, the shade looks fabulous. So this is the end of the tutorial, my loves. I hope you liked this look as much as I loved creating this look for you. If you have liked this video, don't forget to hit the like button, and if you have liked my channel, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And if you need more entertainment, you could go to my Instagram handle, to my Instagram account, and my handle is Farlie Solomons. Or you could also go to Facebook, and my page is Farlie Solomons Makeup Artist. In case you like these lashes, you could go to my website and you could pick your favorite one from there too. A lot of things happening on my website also. For example, skin routine, the products that I like, all of that, that's all there on my website. So you could just go and read if you like to. So that's it from me. I hope to see you in my next video. Take care. Bye bye. Mwah.